What up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and today we are talking the final 3 episodes of Ironheart. This show has been amazing. It has been a wild ride. Ryan Coogler, you have not missed it. You have not missed it on anything that you put your hand on. But let's get into it.
Woke up this morning, feeling that shine. Whole team got the glow. You can see it in the stride. Got me feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Got me feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Yeah.
Now, before the start of this particular episode, there will be spoilers. I will be talking about this episode, but I'm gonna try to make it quick. But there will be spoilers. So you got 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, wait, 2, 1. Let's get to it. Man, these last 3 episodes were amazing. We got to see Parker's backstory of how he even got the hood in the first place. We got to see more pretty much of Riri's family and her actually facing and confronting her grief. With her dad and with Natalie passing, and just the different situations that she's been carrying this whole show, and even before that, since Wakanda Forever, like the whole stuff she's been wearing on her shoulders. Like we get to see her really address that in some very dope, emotionally charged scenes between her and her mom, between her and Natalie, between her and Natalie's brother. It was definitely super dope. We see just Riri trying to be bullheaded, trying to be strong-minded, and just trying to take everything on her own, just for everything to continuously blow up in her face. And it's just like, man, like, bro, talk to somebody. Talk to your mama. So when she finally does talk to her mama and they have their heart-to-heart, they even have a heated exchange a little bit later that ends in a heart-to-heart. It was just dope to see it. We see, unfortunately, since the first 3 episodes, when they did the last job that they did, and everything went haywire, we saw the hood pretty much revealed to Parker that Ironheart was who got his cousin killed. So now he don't trust Riri. Riri don't trust him, and also is side-eyeing him because she's like, yo, he's gonna kill me once he finds out what happens. The whole crew's oblivious to it, but Parker actually ends up confessing to them that Riri is the one who did it. So their final job as the crew is to pretty much off her. And so he pretty much sends them to off her. She ends up outsmarting everybody, but they added a new tech assistant. And we know what happens when the crew adds a new tech assistant. That means the old tech assistant is finna get put out the pasture. Finna take him behind the shed and old yeller him, you feel me? Shout out to y'all if y'all get that reference. But we saw it happen to Stewart when they brought Riri in, and now they're bringing in another tech guy to replace Riri because Parker don't trust Riri no more. And the tech guy that they choose to pick is an incarcerated Ezekiel Stain, who has been locked up now because his tech got found at the crime scene of their last job, and so now he gets arrested. All his business gets outed. How he changed his name to Joe McGillicuddy, how he's been living here, doing all this. And so it pretty much throws him completely under the bus. Riri tries to go see him, and it seemed like she was trying to pull out an olive branch and apologize, but it just went bad. He just ended up leaving. And we just see Riri just struggling with her sense of morality, and just knowing that she killed Parker's cousin. Well, technically she didn't kill him, but she left him to die. And so now she feels like a murderer because she's never killed anybody before. And even though he was trying to kill her, she still feels guilty for not saving him. And it's just like, you're not really a murderer, but you could have saved them and didn't. So I get why you feel that way. Me personally, I would have just been like, I would have felt some type of way that I know these people gonna come after me once they find out what happened, but it is what it is. Self-defense. Self-defense, I say. But nonetheless, we see her pretty much struggling with that. We see her pretty much struggling with the fact of trying to figure out how to fight Parker, because he's using magic and she's using tech, but she don't know how to get that to work against each other. She ends up confessing a lot of the different things to her mom. Her mom ends up taking her to this magic shop, which is ran by Cree Summer's character and her daughter Zelma. And Zelma and Cree Summer's character are both magic users, so they take them to a parallel pocket dimension and pretty much try to analyze the hood material, and come to find out they believe that it belongs to somebody who's using old magic, maybe even from a different dimension. So they're thinking Dormammu, and Kree's like, look, I don't want no parts of this. Y'all gotta get up out my shop. I don't want no issues. I ain't trying to deal with this. Y'all gonna have to go home. And we see Riri just struggling to come to grips with everything. She can't sleep. She not eating for real. Like she is in shambles. And we see her breaking down. We see her having panic attacks while she's flying around the city. She unfortunately, Natalie takes the suit to go grab her brother to try to calm her down, and he starts to try to calm her down, but unfortunately, instead of calming her down, Natalie reveals herself to him, and he flips out. He's like, yo, if you knew anything about me, you know I wouldn't want this for my sister. That's not my sister. Delete it. Like, nah, I can't. Like, he's going crazy. And Riri's like, yo, what you want from me to do? Like, yo, like, I can't. What? Like, and she kind of low-key pauses a little bit, like she considering it, and that kind of pisses Natalie off, and Natalie flies away, kind of leaves her out there by herself. And that's when we see Riri reach out to Zelma to go to White Castle with her so they can meet up and chop it up about how to deal with this magical threat in the hood. And then that's when the crew comes to take out Riri Williams. We have the hacker who captures Ironheart's suit, even though the suit breaks free, but he captures the suit. We have the twins that try to go in there and take her out, but Riri outsmarts them. We have Clown that goes out there. She tries to take her out, but Riri outsmarts her as well and plants seeds of doubt in her. And then we see her running from the scene of the crime, and we see the hacker trying to pretty much run her over with the truck. The suit breaks out. She ends up getting in the suit before the truck can hit her, punches the truck flips over, and the hacker gets out the car like he finna do something, realizes she's in her suit, and is like, you know what? Turns around and runs away. And before Riri can fly off, she gets attacked by Ezekiel Stain, who is now the new tech guy of the crew, and has now done some biotech enhancements to his body that have now been programmed within himself to abide by Parker instead of himself, due to the hacker helping him get all of that set up and sneaking Parker's name in there. So now he's pretty much a puppet for Parker, but he don't even know it yet. So he ends up beating the brakes off of Ironheart, destroying her suit, and just adding to the more shambles that she's already in. She ends up getting home because he ends up letting her leave and tells her, you need to leave Chicago now, because once he finds out that you're still alive, Parker's gonna come for that head. And so she goes home, confesses everything to her mom. She's like, yo, these people trying to get me, they trying to kill me, they trying to off me, we gotta leave Chicago. Her mom's like, bro, you good at running away from your problems, but sometimes you need to stand up and fight. She's like, I feel you, but they finna kill me. So like, what am I supposed to do? I ain't got no suit. What are we supposed to be doing? She was like, why you always doing it? Now, she did say something slick that was hilarious. She was like, her mom was like, you so focused on that suit, that's why you got kicked out of MIT, that's why you ended up back here, that's why you ended up running with the crew, and that's why you ain't got no man. I said, mama, what her having a man got to do with anything? That's why she ain't got no man? Good Lord. But it was funny to me the way she said it. She just riddled off the whole list. And Riri was like, what? I was dying laughing, because I was like, wait, what a man got to do with this? But anyway, they end up hashing out their issues and their differences in a heated heart-to-heart, and we see them pretty much go back down to her stepdad's garage and just trying to figure out how they're gonna face this threat. And Riri ends up facing all her grief that she's been holding on to for this entire series and even before, of just losing her stepdad, losing Natalie, and just all the different things that happened, that she felt helpless and doing, which is why she's so hell bent on making the suit so she can protect her family. And her mom even told her, like, look, it's not your job to protect me, it's my job to protect you. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. That was a good heart-to-heart Family Matters moment. You feel me? Like, like cueing the music. Like, it was just dope. And we see the origin of Parker getting the hood. We see him meeting a mysterious figure who's cloaked in the hood, who pretty much offers him a way out after him and his cousin got caught breaking into that house. And we pretty much see them having a conversation with the person shrouded in the cloak over pizza, because he offers him a way of escape as he's running away from the security guards. And Parker takes it. Him and Parker are having a conversation, and pretty much tells him he can give him whatever he wants. And he's like, where are you gonna give me whatever I want? And he was like, actually, I'm not gonna give you whatever you want, but I'm gonna give you the tools to get whatever you want. And he was like, well, what is it gonna cost me? He was like, you won't even miss it. I'm like, you didn't say what it's gonna cost me, sir. It don't matter if I'm gonna miss it or not, or if you think I'm gonna miss it or not. I need to know what I'm giving up to get what it is you're talking about. But that's just me. So he was like, well, all right. Takes the deal. As a parting gift, he gives him the hood. So he takes the hood, and you know, the hood's kind of low-key been like possessing him the whole time. Well, affecting him. I'm not gonna say possessing him, but it's been influencing his choices and decisions, and it's been like destroying his body, or taking over his body. And we see pretty much we see Parker and pretty much the aftermath. Zeke confesses that he kills or that he killed Ironheart and that she's dead. And he was just like, well, your story's not believable. Then Clown backs him up and was like, yo, nah, he's not telling the truth, but he's not telling you the whole story. And so she tells him what happened, but she also co-signs the fact that Zeke killed her. And Zeke's looking like, why are you helping me? And so after that interaction, Zeke leaves the crew, and we see Clown asking the hacker to look up some autopsy reports because Riri sowed some seeds of doubts in her to figure out why Stewart, the original tech person, passed away. She ends up getting that information, finding out that Stewart got killed. They said it was an overdose, but Stewart don't do drugs, so it's like, that's fishy. And so later on in the episode, we see her confront the hood, and the hood pretty much flips and spazzes on everybody, kicks everybody out the crew, kicks everybody out the crib, and everybody leaves. And then he ends up going to pop up on Zeke Stain and reveals that he has the power. He's pretty much the ruler of Zeke Stain, and because of the different because he's been written into his programming as the admin, he pretty much has to do whatever Parker says. And Zeke's like, wait, what are you talking about? Very, very quickly realizes he has to do his bidding as much as he doesn't want to. The moment Parker gives him a command, he abides by it. So Parker's command is to anybody that is trying to hurt him, he has to take him out. He has to. So they end up going to the same house that he got caught breaking into all those years ago to get the hood. They end up going back to that house, busting in broad daylight. Ezekiel's taking out all the security guards, and it is revealed that the man of that house is actually Parker's father. And that Parker's father kicked him out at the age of 12, which is crazy. Kicked him out at the age of 12 because his mom had passed not too long ago, and Parker kept getting in trouble because he felt like the only way that his dad would pay him any attention was when he got in trouble. And so that was just really sad. But he ends up making his dad sign over all his assets and his company over to him. So now he's filthy, greasy, dumb rich. He ended up getting what he wanted, but in the process of getting what he wanted, he lost everything he had. He lost his crew, he lost his cousin, he lost his family, like but now he's stupid, filthy rich. And man, we see everything transpire. in his favor, and we see pretty much Riri there to confront the Hood, and we see pretty much she pulls up at the pizza spot because they went back home, and we see Zeke, of course, being his protector and having to abide by his rules, attacks Riri. While they're fighting, they're talking and trying to figure out a way to stop what's going on, because Zeke really don't want to fight her, but he ain't got no choice. She ends up hard resetting him so that way he can go back, so he can pretty much factory reset everything going on inside of him so he can get control of himself again. And she goes up to fight Parker, and that fight was crazy. Parker asked for more power from the dude who gave him the cloak, and was just like, yo, like, I need more power. And he was just like, you told me you'd give me everything I need, but you didn't tell me it'd be like this and this, that, and the third. And he's like, bro, first of all, who you talking to? Second of all, like, I gave you everything you needed. You the one who messed all this stuff up. Like, I didn't mess this stuff up. You messed it up. So it's like, you talking to me crazy when it's your fault. And so it's just funny to see their dynamic. The whole time they're having that conversation, Zeke and Ironheart are fighting. And then once Ironheart defeated Zeke, she goes up there, she fights Parker. Parker ends up transforming into like this grotesque, demon-esque type creature as he's fighting her. And then we see she had to use an emergency protocol, which looked like she blew up her suit, but it was really a hologram, and she ends up beating the Hood and snatching she ends up beating Parker and snatching the Hood off of him. He was like, no, give it back, it hurts. And we see him pretty much shriveling on the floor, talking about it hurts, and she's like, nah, I'm not giving it back. She ends up going downstairs, and as she goes downstairs, she sees the same person that Parker was talking to that gave him the Hood in the first place offer her a proposition and talking to her, but the whole time she playing it cool, she playing it smooth, like she like, look, Mr. Dormammu guy, I ain't tripping, like I ain't about to sit here and talk to you like this. And he was like, Dormammu? Like, man, that bro can't do none of what I can do. And that's when it's revealed that who she's talking to is not Dormammu, and Dormammu was not behind this, but it's actually Mephisto, and he's the one who's behind all of this. And shout out to Sacha Baron Cohen, because he played the heck out of that role, and he propositions her. He's like, look, I can give you whatever your heart desire is. And she's just like, she's sitting there, you see she's listening, but she's not, it looks like she's not giving him no time of day. And then at the end of everything, we see him have this conversation with her. As she's having this conversation with her, we're getting flashes to what looks like Riri in the future, trying to calculate some ways to get Natalie back, because when they infused her Ironheart suit with magic, it ended up costing her Natalie as AI out of her suit. And so now she's trying to figure a way to get her back. We see her doing calculations. She turns around and she sees Natalie again, so she thought she got her back. She was like, man, I've been waiting to say this, run diagnostics. And Natalie's looking at her like, what are you talking about? So it's flashing back between their interaction and the conversation she's having with Mephisto. And at the end of the conversation, of both conversations, we see Natalie actually touch Riri. She ain't been able to touch her the whole time. She was a hologram. And so she's like, wait a minute, how did you do that? She was like, I just put my hand on your head and touch you. And she was just like, oh my gosh, like, you're real. And we see that Riri accepted the deal with Mephisto. And man, I'm so pissed that she accepted the deal. Why would you take the deal? He gave her the same proposition. She was like, what is it going to cost me? You won't even miss it. That's not telling me what it's going to cost. You're saying that I'm not going to miss it. You don't know what I'm going to miss. So, bro, I was so mad watching this episode. I was like, why would you agree to this? You know this dude is evil. Why would you agree to this proposition? Oh man, that joke made me mad. One thing I will say, Riri Williams is not the greatest decision maker, but she wasn't the only person that got, so I get it. But man, that pissed me off. But shout out to Ryan Coogler, shout out to the showrunners, shout out to everybody involved with this show. such a phenomenal journey. Such a dope. It's definitely one of the better Disney Plus shows. Like for me as a whole, just looking back at it, the totality of the series, I had to give it like an 8.5 out of 10. Cause man, this show was good. It was some dialogue felt a little forced at times, but that paled in comparison to the rest of how they told this story. It was such a good time. It was such a good time. The story was told. That final episode was crazy. Oh man, I'm still mad about that. That final episode was crazy. But man, 8.5 out of 10 for me. Bruh. This is definitely, it'll probably crack my top 5 of Disney Plus shows. Yeah, it'll probably crack my top 5 of Disney Plus shows. I'm not gonna hold you, because the music in this show was phenomenal. The actors and the actresses in this show were dope. The set pieces were cool. Anthony Ramos did his thing. Sacha Baron Cohen did his thing. Zeke Stain did his thing. Riri did her thing. Natalie did her thing. Like, I enjoyed each and every set piece, each and every character. Not Natalie, but Riri Mama was cool. Cree Summers, they had the GOAT of voice acting in there. Cree Summers, shout out to her. Man, this was such a phenomenal journey and a dope way to tell Riri's story. And like, at this point, it's like I really want to see a season 2. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I really need to see how this story pans out, because Hood got what he wanted, but lost everything in the process. So if Riri agreed, what's she finna lose in the process of gaining Natalie back? Oh, why would you agree to that deal? Oh, I'm so mad. Because why would you agree to that deal? Why would you agree to that? You don't even know how much it's going. Oh, I'm so mad. Anyway, pray for your boy. But let me know in the comments below how you feel about Ironheart episode 4, 5, and 6, and just Ironheart as a whole as a series. Even though people have been review momming the crap out of Ironheart, this show was actually really good. Like I said, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Very well done. Round of applause for Ryan Coogler and the crew. Even though I know he only executive produced on it, or only got a producer credit for it, still phenomenal job the way they told this story. Definitely let me know in the comments below how y'all feel about it. If you haven't watched it yet, definitely tap in with Ironheart. It is worth it. It is worth it. Tap in with Ironheart, please, because that show is good. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime we drop a new video on the channel, which is every day. So stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay locked in, and never forget, it's free soul to the show free. Let's get it.